What's up, YouTube? I know it's been a long goddamn time since I've done a video, but trying to get back into the mode of uploading something, all right? So, let me just talk about this so-called game I just witnessed between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Houston Rockets. Of course, the Houston Rockets just beat the goddamn dog doo-doo out of the Cleveland Cavaliers. I don't even remember the exact final score, 120 to 88 or something like that. It was a blowout. If Houston had kind of not, got three-point happy and trigger happy and took some bad shots in the fourth quarter, they easily could have won by 40, 45 points, you know what I'm saying? But Cleveland, I was watching the game with my brother, and a couple of things come to mind with this team, man. Of course, we all know that the criticism of the last couple of years since they won the title is that they increasingly, we started seeing it toward the midpoint of last year. It's gotten progressively worse. Is their effort on defense? Tonight it was non-existent. Of course, they are older and they are slower. Talking about the starting lineup and many other key personnel of their team, but the effort is gone. And I have a sneaking suspicion that that team has totally tuned out Tyronn Lue as a coach, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tyronn Lue is fired soon. That team, I think, as a unit, is done. And I think a lot of the players on that team have quit mentally. LeBron James was very passive tonight. I think he's almost kind of, he was very passive, and I think he's kind of, I don't want to say he's quit on his team totally, but certain players on that team, I think that LeBron no longer wants to play with. I think he's tired of this unit. I think he's tired of the situation. I'm not saying he's going to leave Cleveland. I mean, I don't know what's going on in that man's head. But I just think that I think that team, as we see it right now, is going to be broken up very, very soon. Like by next week. A lot of players in that team, I think, are out of there. And I think LeBron James is going to make sure that they didn't play at all, man. I mean, that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing. To lose by 32 points at home on national television to the Houston Rockets, I had no idea that I knew that Cleveland was not playing well against the top teams, but I did not know outside of Boston that they have lost every fucking game to the top echelon teams in the NBA so far. That's a fucking disgrace. But, I mean, Cleveland is better than that, man. I mean, even though they're older, okay, I understand that. Jeff Van Gundy made a point. This is a team now that, they can't beat people defensively like they did, 3, 4, 5 years ago. So they got to try to outscore people. But, you could do that to cellar dwellers and mediocre teams, but you cannot beat the best teams in the NBA in that manner. So, they're going to have to do something. My brother made a point, man, and, I think that Tyronn Lue should have done this, but he's not going to do that because he doesn't really run things there. They should have benched everybody, that was starting tonight, including LeBron James, and played the bench because there was no effort put out there. None. On the defensive end. Even on the offensive end, Cleveland just looked like it was going through the motions and was predictable. And Houston looked good. And the thing that was really interesting, the thing that was like really kind of scary is that James Harden did not have a huge night. Chris Paul had an excellent game. James Harden on the offensive end, especially in the second half of the game, was kind of cool. Didn't make a lot of his outside shots. And it was just too easy for Houston, man. Just too easy. I mean, it was just, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm trying to, I know there's a pattern with Cleveland over the last few years where they've been kind of up and down during the regular season, and then the playoffs, they kind of turn it on. But I don't see that this year, man. A lot of the statistics show that as well. Even the last couple of years when Cleveland has not played all that well, with LeBron on the floor, there's always been a plus. He's always been, as far as, how can I say this? He's always been, with him on the floor, he's always been like a top 5 player as far as plus minus, as far as scoring is concerned, as far as outplaying the unit that he's playing against. And I think this year he's at the bottom. So I'm not saying he's not making his teammates better, but they're not putting out the usual effort that he usually demands. I really think that there's something deeper going on with this team than what we all know. There's something more sinister there. And I think a lot of these players have mentally checked out. I think it's a possibility. I think they're tired of Tyronn Lue. They've tuned him out. I think some of these guys have gotten tired of LeBron James. We heard rumors about his prima donna attitude and different other aspects. I think some people, there's other things, like I said, we don't know about, okay? That, comments reportedly by Isaiah Thomas questioning Kevin Love. I don't get that because Kevin Love's been there for 3 seasons at least, and you just getting there. But we've heard this stuff, man. So y'all wanted me to do a video. I'm doing one. That's my take on that so far, man. As far as that is concerned. As far as the NBA landscape is concerned, I think Golden State's still the best team in the NBA. I don't think they're as good as they were the last couple of years, but they're still the best team. Houston is probably the second best team right now. OKC is playing a lot better as of late. I think they're starting to figure out how to play with one another. The trio there of Westbrook, Carmelo, and Paul George. But Cleveland, I don't know, man. I just don't know. But tell me what you guys think, man.